friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my beauty favorites for the month of January 2022. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know what are those products that I have been loving during the month of January, then just keep on watching. We just wrapped up the first month of the year. January is done. Wow, what a month. It was an intense month with a lot of new releases, and it was a little bit extra crazy for me because I was gone for a vacation. So I came back on the first week of January and trying to rush, and then I had to go through, my son had to go through a procedure, and that took another week from me. So it was quite a bit of a month for me in terms of like, I felt like it came and it was just gone in a blink of an eye. But certainly there has been so many new releases and new products that I had been enjoying and that had made of my month of January, to be a little bit more comfortable. And I want to start first with a fragrance that I had been enjoying quite a bit, and I'm talking about Gentle Fluidity Gold by MAISON Francis KURKDJIAN. This fragrance has been my everyday fragrance. If you have not smelled it, and if you really love ambery, woodsy kind of scents with a little bit of musk, but that they have a little bit of like freshness to it, a little bit, they are still a little bit light, that they are not so deep, and you love a little bit of vanilla, you will love this fragrance. This fragrance also have notes of juniper berry, and this is going to be the fragrance of the day, of course. Oh, I love it. Juniper berry, coriander in it. It's just so feminine, so elegant, yet it's a fragrance that is very easy to wear during daytime, afternoon. It's not a fragrance that is overly done, but it has that beautiful projection and sillage the House of MAISON Francis KURKDJIAN is known for. Super beautiful, lovely, absolutely love this fragrance right here. And this video is not sponsored by Twisted Lily, but I want to mention it that with Twisted Lily I do have a 10% off discount, and Twisted Lily, they have all niche fragrances. So I will be leaving the links of all the products that I will be talking about today, as well as the link for Twisted Lily with my 10% discount code if you are planning to pick up this fragrance or any other niche fragrance of your choice. Anyhow, friends, talking about more fragrances right here, I have enjoyed so much Numéro 1 de Chanel. This fragrance came out with their new beauty line, Numéro 1, which is, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but this is gorgeous too. I have been using this right after shower. This is to me a fragrance that is perfect, ideal for that fresh little nose, something that you take your shower, you spray this, and it's vibrant, it's awakening. It actually smells like if you're walking through a field of flowers, but in the most beautiful way, not in a way that it feels like powdery or that it feels like, ooh, like too floral, like it feels like old kind of like this style. Not at all. And in fact, this fragrance is really, I think the perfumer did an amazing job at portraying what is the fragrance that you find on Chanel's skincare and beauty line in general. If you have always wondered what is that fragrance from Chanel, this is it. This is it. I mean, like, it's a true like image to everything that has to do with Chanel beauty. The makeup, the skincare is Numéro 1 de Chanel. Beautiful. It sits very close to the skin, therefore it's not going to have a lot of projection, and also it doesn't last for like many hours. I will say about 5-hour mark you will still smell it, but it's very close to your skin. It's, like I said, a very bright and awakening fragrance for like after you take your shower, after you take your bath, before you go to sleep. This is a beautiful fragrance for that. Talking about Numéro 1 de Chanel, I have to talk about the Red Camellia Revitalizing Eye Cream. So this is not my only pouch that I have gone through. I have gone through many of these pouches, but I'm very impressed about this eye cream. Now, number one, the Chanel, the skincare line, is based on the red camellia flower. On that flower that it actually blooms during winter time and therefore is more resilient. I think it's a really good take from Chanel to say so, because the red camellia, or well, the camellia flower, the seed extract oil, has been used in many skincare lines, not only on Chanel, I mean around the world. Is very well studied. There's many studies about it, and yes, it does have a lot of moisturizing, hydrating properties, plumping properties too. And I have to say that the eye cream, I mean, I have tried the serum, I have tried the moisturizer too, but the eye cream is something that really impressed me. The first ingredient right here is Camellia japonica flower water. So right on top, you're getting those amazing benefits from the Camellia japonica flower. Also, it does have water, but it has glycerin and esqualane, which are great to keep this under eye area plump, hydrated. I think this product is going to suit for so many different ages. And now this product also contains Saccharomyces, which is a fermented ingredient, yeast, which that actually brings a lot of brightness to the eyes. And that's what I have noticed a lot every time that I use it before makeup. It makes such a big of a difference. It also has vitamin E in it. It doesn't have any fragrance, which that is already a big plus right there. And not only that, it does have peptides. So I think they did an outstanding job on the eye cream, and this is something that I'm gonna purchase. And I said I'm going to, because if you have been following me and you have seen one of my latest hauls videos, I have bought the SkinCeuticals eye cream, and that one is pretty much full. So what I'm thinking to do is I'm going to use that one for the nighttime, and then I'm going to buy the Red Camellia Revitalizing eye cream from Chanel and use it in the morning time before my makeup, because wow, what a difference, what a hydration, what a way to make my concealer work amazing. It's just such a beautiful product. I don't want to go too much into it, but I'm honestly very impressed about it. And talking about more skincare, during this January month, like I said, well, I was first week in Hawaii, and therefore, you know, my skincare was very, you know, light, and my makeup very light too. And then one week I was, you know, going through a stress point, you know, like it was just stressful, and you can tell on your skin when you're going through moments of stress or sadness or just, you know, like worry. Your skin shows right away. Your skin is like it starts getting like even more, it feels like years has passed through you. So when I came back home, I was like, okay, I really need to pamper my skin really well. And CHANTECAILLE had sent to me the reformulated bio lifting mask in this gorgeous packaging. This is for the Lunar New Year. So I just put it back right here so you can see it, because I feel like this packaging is just so pretty. But this mask right here really give me that plumping effect, that extra hydration, extra moisture to my skin. It really felt like, oh my goodness, I really need this drink of water for my skin. It's not super thin, but it's not super thick either, but you can feel the moisture in your skin, and again, you can feel the plumpiness to it. So I have used quite a bit right there, and let me just show you to you. So it goes kind of like a cream. You can obviously pack on these. You see right there, there you go. So it kind of like disappears, but you can obviously, you know, add some layers to it. But again, it's hydrating, it's plumping. It does have so many beneficial ingredients like the Avena sativa, which is oats. And we all know that when your skin is really dry, when a baby has very dry skin or flaky skin, you put, you know, you give them a bath with oats, and it really helps to pamper that skin. It also has Centella asiatica, which is amazing too. It's such a well-known ingredient to restore your skin. I mean, it's packed full of really amazing ingredients, and I'm just so grateful and so thankful that when I arrived home, this is one of the packages that I first opened in the morning. Thank you. how they knew that I really needed a mask, how they knew. And then immediately after that, I start to reusing my Gold Recovering Intense Concentrate AM and PM. This is a life-saving for me. It is an amazing treatment that it actually just kind of like resets your skin, and it comes in these little ampules. Each of these ampules, they will last you for an entire week, so it's a 28-day treatment, a full month. So I'm about, I will say, kind of like half the way through it, and it already has made such a difference. If you go and watch my, you know, like I will say my kind of like recent videos, perhaps a week ago, a week and a half ago at the most, you will see like my skin was like so dry. And it's not only because the dry weather that I live at, but because yeah, all the stress that I have been going through. Don't worry, everything is absolutely fine right now, everything is going just well, but yeah, it really took a toll on me. And another serum that to me is just Botox in a bottle is, you know, my friends, my CHANTECAILLE, my bio-lifting serum. This is something that I use it every single day before my moisturizer, and this plumps my skin. It's full of beautiful peptides. It is just one of my favorite serums. And by the way, when you're watching this video, CHANTECAILLE is having a 25% off on all their serums. So if you're looking for really amazing serums, go and check CHANTECAILLE's website. And now, my friends, let's talk about hair. You know that I have been raving about my Color Wall Money hair mask that I absolutely love. But the second week of January, I went to get my hair done, retouch it, and then my hairstylist, she used once again the K18 Biomimetic Hairscience. This is a reparative treatment that is just amazing, and I used it today. So I wash my hair, and basically you don't use conditioner, you just use this right here, and it immediately helps out with breakage. So this is something that you use it, like say you get your hair done, you use it for 4 consecutive times, and then you can still use it afterwards. And I find out that this gives me a lot better results than the Olaplex. I still love Olaplex, but I feel like this one right here is a combination between those binding ingredients, so that actually will strengthen the hair, but also at the same time it moisturizes. Great product, and I think right now they are selling it at Sephora. Talking about hair again, I actually received this sample of the Nourishing hair oil from Sol de Janeiro. Let me show it to you. This tiny little bottle. It smells exactly the same scent as the Boom Boom cream, which I absolutely love. It's not, you know, like super strong that it would just like be too much or just like interfere with your fragrance. It's not, but I find out that this oil over here is thicker. It doesn't weigh down my hair at all, but it brings a lot of shine. The way that I apply it is I put a little bit on the palm of my hand, a tiny bit, not the usual that I do with other hair oils, and then I rub it really well, spread it, and then I just press my hair up like this instead of running it through my fingers, because if I run it with my fingers, I feel that it's just a little bit too thick. Perhaps if you have very thick hair, or if you know, are trying to combat a lot of frizz, you can do so. But to me, I just don't want to weight it down, so I just go ahead and kind of like press it, kind of like what I do with my Olaplex hair oil. Is kind of like that same thicker consistency that you actually need to press instead of like run it through the hair strands. Okay, my friends, so that's it right there for skincare, fragrance, and also hair. And now going into makeup, I think let's go first into foundations. There are 3 foundations that I have been rotating quite a bit. The first one, the Forever Skin Glow foundation. I honestly really love this formulation. If you have watched my review, I compare it with the older formula, the previous formula, and I have to say that this one looks better on my skin. I will highly suggest to go and watch my review, because right there, well, in every single of my foundation reviews, I explain on what climate I live, what my type of skin and all of that, and I think that is just super helpful. But I even brought here my teenager daughter Mia, and I asked her which one looks best, and she was like this. And then throughout the entire word test, I asked her again, and this one really won the new formulation, which is different from the previous formulation. It does have some floral skincare ingredients, and that's something that we are seeing quite a bit right now with the new foundations. And then another really beautiful foundation is Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is more creamy, a little bit thicker, a little bit more, not full coverage, but more into the medium coverage foundation, more creamy. A lot of people, they have been saying that this compares to the new NARS foundation, which I have right here, and I will have to say no, not really. To me, this one right here, if you have dry skin, you're gonna enjoy this one perhaps a little bit better. And if you're looking for a medium coverage foundation, obviously using, I always say less is more. Use a little bit and it will go along the way. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's gorgeous. I was using the shade 5 on my demo, but I think that shade 6N looks a little bit better on my skin. But my foundation, that foundation that I mean, hands down, this is the foundation of the month of January, is Numero 1 de Chanel, is the one that I'm using today. It just looks so perfecting, so beautiful. It's hydrating without being thick. It's thin in consistency, lightweight, has a beautiful light to medium coverage. It has the right amount of moisture. It does have the right amount of hydration, the right amount of coverage. It lasts throughout the day beautifully. It fades away in a very elegant way without, you know, leaving your skin patchy or flaky. Mostly for a person like me that I have, you know, I'm on my 4th floor. I do have dry skin. I do have sensitive skin. I do have fine lines. This is such an extraordinary foundation. Honestly, exquisite. Exquisite. It doesn't emphasize my enlarged pores. I absolutely love it, and I 100% recommend it. Chanel really showered us with a lot of releases this January, and I'm very happy to say that another product from the Numero 1 de Chanel is their lip and cheek balm. Honestly, not for the lips. I absolutely love it for my cheeks. Now, it's not the most super lasting kind of balm for the cheeks, but it does have so much pigment that if you pack on the pigment, it will last for quite a bit. I think on my wear test, it lasts me like for plus 8 hours, even 9 hours. It was still there so beautifully, although I granted that I put extra, but every time that I have been using this cheek product, which it has been a lot of times, very frequently, because I haven't been using a ton of foundations in daily basis, and I have to say that I really love the longevity. I mean, solid 5 to 6 hours. If I pack a little bit more, then it lasts a lot longer. It makes my cheeks look very nice and youthful without being too dewy or greasy. I don't like it for the lips because it just fades away too fast, too easy for me. There's no purpose for it, but definitely a win-win product as a blush. Okay, friends, and then should we talk more about Chanel? I'm telling you, Chanel has really impressed us, and I will have to give it to the Chanel La Pausa collection blushes. Both of the blushes are gorgeous. In fact, I do have on my cheeks today this one right here, which is Peche Rosee. They last beautifully. I love the formulation. This one right here has a little bit of like a golden sheen. This one a little bit too. They are in flat matte shades. I love both of these shades. They really speak about the beautiful tiles that I imagine, you know, you will find at La Pausa Villa, just like this. I mean, the shades are just perfection. And then if we continue with Chanel and La Pausa collection, definitely this eyeshadow quad has been a staple for me. Super easy to use, blendability. There's no matte shades right here. They are all have a little bit of this satin finish. Gorgeous, gorgeous eyeshadow quad from Chanel. The formulation too. And then here we go again with Chanel. They also launched La Comer collection with these two blushes. I will have to say, I will do a roundup of my everything that I tried during the month of January, sometime in February. But this right here, this is the blush in Coral Etoile. Oh, so stunning. so stunning. I really love that it has a little bit more, like the name says it, a little bit more coral pinky tones in it. So it's a really beautiful balance if you already have the blushes from the spring and summer 2022 collection, and if you want to stay away from the peachy tones and the terracotta tones, this one right here, it's again exquisite, completely exquisite. I love that you can really build up on the pigmentation. It does have a lot of pigment, but if you go with the right brush, then you can go slowly and build it up to your likes. Now for bronzer, I have been using a ton the Victoria Beckham Beauty Bronze Brick. This is in the shade 03, and I rediscovered it. I honestly have been enjoying it so much. It's the bronzer that I'm using today. It's nice, it's warm, but it's not too orangey in tone. It has more of like a golden tone to it that just makes it so easy to use. It's so lovely. I'm so happy to grab it back. You know, sometimes we forget, mostly myself, because I just review so many products, but I just absolutely adore it. And then as far as highlighter, I have been truly enjoying the highlighter that you find in this Burberry Signature Eye and Face palette. The entire palette is an entire hit. I think it's an excellent palette from Burberry. If you haven't eyeing it, I will highly suggest you to go ahead and check my review, because this is more versatile than you will think. But this highlighter is so pretty. And then for lips, I have been using and abusing these Rouge Cocoa Balms by Chanel. These are not lipsticks, they are lip balms with a little bit of color. I have it right here in Flirty Coral. This has been such a lovely shade to use quite often, but the one that I have been using the most, because it's just so easy to just use with whatever, right, is Natural Charm. This one is more of like a nudie shade, an everyday shade. It's a very easy shade, and because it's not too balmy or too like oily like, it's just so easy to apply without even having to have a mirror. So these are really good balms, and I find them to be pretty nourishing to the lips. Not the most nourishing out of all the balms, no they are not, but they are really good balms to keep your lips hydrated, nice and supple, and like I said, with a little bit of color. And two other lipsticks that I have been using quite a bit too are these Chanel La Comète Rouge Allure Velvets in Roi de Rose Astral. This one right here has a little bit of like pinky undertone. Honestly, an excellent shade if you're using something that is either a little bit on the cool tone, a little bit on the pinky side, or the mauvey tones. And then this other one, Terre d'Etoiles, I absolutely love it because it is more of like a deeper nudie shade, which is ideal for this time of the year, but it's also a shade that has a little bit, after you swatch it, you will see a little bit, there's no glitters, but there's a little bit of like a golden undertone to it without being metallic at all and whatsoever, and it makes your lips look fuller, more shiny, and still being a little bit of a deeper nudie shade. Ooh, exquisite. Another eyeshadow palette that I had been really digging into it, and unfortunately I think it's sold out right now. I will make sure to link it. Hopefully it comes back in stock. And I told you I said it, I'm sure this one is gonna be sold out. I know I knew it. It's by DIOR, Poplin. It's a gorgeous, stunning, soft pink, cool tone, gorgeous feminine palette. I get the most stunning looks that they just look so ethereal. Oh goodness, this is just absolutely gorgeous. If it comes back in stock, please. Yeah, and if you love the color story, obviously get it. Otherwise, definitely Organza is another one that I find it very easy to apply, easy looks, just another stunning DIOR eyeshadow queen. And then, I mean, let's don't forget these stunning blushes from DIOR. Oh my goodness me, this is Rayonnant, and then I have here, I think this is called Dentelle. These are hybrid between a blush and a very subtle highlighter. Yes, you can take it kind of like in front and it doesn't emphasize my large pores. truly they are those type of blushes that they just give again a very angelic kind of look to your makeup. They are just stunning. This should have been the spring 2022 collection from Dior. Yeah, I think they need to rethink it next year about it, because these products right here, they were just like a spot on, total spring in bloom. That's what they are. And then I have tried the reformulated Clé de Peau concealer, and honestly I love the original Clé de Peau concealer, really nice one, but I found it to be just a little bit, not drying, but a little not matte, but just not the right kind of finish for me in real life. And the new one, the reformulated one, is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous because it does give you a little bit of that radiance, a little bit of that extra hydration and luminosity without being too creamy. They were able to really keep the beauty of the older formula, but with a little bit more of hydration. I know, like, I think one person commented on my review and full day wear test of these two formulas, because I actually did it side-by-side comparisons, that the original one looks a little bit more perfecting, and I agree with it. In camera it looks more perfecting because it is like if you already had some powder already on, included on that concealer without being powdery, and therefore it looks very, like more perfecting. But in real life, sometimes or most of the times, I don't like that extra, perfecting. I wanted to just look a little bit more natural. So I'm really loving the new formulation from the Clé de Peau, the stick concealer. Honestly, beautiful. And then as far as jewelry goes, I had been more in love than ever on these Dior earrings. They are just so beautiful. I love the complexity of them. So you have, something that is very feminine, very elegant, which are the pearls, but then they are, like, they have just such a beautiful design with this chain right here, then the dingle going down. I think it's just one of the most beautiful earrings in my collection. I have been enjoying them, and then I have been loving this ring right here. This one, it is from Ana Luisa. I mean, both of them, they are from Ana Luisa, but the one that has the little blings right here, I had been so in love with that, because I think it's so, there is a little bit of like, here's a statement aspect to it, but without being way too much. I know this one right here is a lot bigger, but this one, I don't know, I just had been loving it so much. And I'm not using anything on this hand because I fell down, and these, I mean, like, my entire hand is a little bit swollen, but mostly this oh, this poor little finger right here. So here's where I use my Mary rings, and I cannot put them on. I mean, I can put it on, but then it hurts so much when I take it out. And then this one right here has a big boo-boo right there. And yeah, I know it was a very silly fall, but anyhow, going back to this one right here, I'm just enjoying it so much. And it happens to have the same name of my husband, Nicola. So it just makes me so extra happy too. And by the way, this is not sponsored by Ana Luisa either, but Ana Luisa is having a buy one get one 40% off, and they have added so many different jewelry pieces. I mean, if we think about Valentine's right now, this is the perfect time to get something for that special person of yours, or something for yourself. I mean, I absolutely love Ana Luisa. Okay, my friends, so I think this makes it for these January favorites. The first month of 2022, it was packed of beautiful, amazing new makeup releases. I don't know what we expect on February. It's a shorter month, and oh my goodness, there has been so much, so I hope that we go a little bit slower. I'm honest with you, there's more things that I had been eyeing. Most of them, a lot of fragrances. Have you seen the new Tom Ford fragrances? I'm pretty sure I will be reviewing the 3 of them, but I'm very excited for Rose de Amalfi. Oh, the notes of that fragrance, they are just like, oh, getting me so excited. Anyhow, my friends, I would love to hear from you. What are the products that you have been loving the most in the month of January? Let's continue the conversation on the comment section down below and what you're at it. And if you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share it with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.